So you're considering bringing the game of your dreams to life, but you are not sure if you can afford it? Ponder no more. We'll see how much it'll set you back. Here's what you'll need: hardware, game engine license, IDE, game assets, publishing fees, and marketing. As in any other case, when it comes to investments, only the sky's the limit. But for the sake of this video, we are considering a cost-efficient, low-budget approach. If you're just starting out in game development, especially as a solo developer, you shouldn't be aiming for a hardware-demanding game. Let's face it, when it comes to graphical fidelity, you won't be competing with Red Dead Redemption. And if you are not working on a hardware-demanding game, you don't need powerful hardware either. Not to mention that setting high hardware requirements for your game can limit your potential player base. What I'm getting at is that the computer you're using right now is likely sufficient to kickstart your indie game development. In fact, I developed Alan 13 on an older notebook equipped with a GeForce MX 150. Having a low to mid-tier computer also encourages you to optimize your workflow and ultimately the overall performance of your game. So let's just say you probably won't need to invest in hardware for now. In theory, you could build your own engine from scratch, but even if you could, it's probably not worth it, especially if your ultimate goal is to produce a game and not just improving your coding skills. In the past, it was a given that you could use popular engines for free up to a certain revenue threshold. However, in recent times, Unity has made it painfully obvious that this arrangement can change at any time.
I have altered the deal. Pray I don't alter it any further.
This deal's getting worse all the time.
Furthermore, I wish you to wear this dress and bonnet.
This was never a condition of our
I
arrangement.
have altered the deal. Pray I don't alter it any further.
And this deal's getting worse all the time.
Here is a unicycle. You will ride it wherever you go.
What? I'm not riding the f***ing unicycle.
I have altered the deal. Pray I don't alter it any further.
This deal is getting worse all the time.
To avoid potential pitfalls and the uncertainty of greedy corporate pricing changes, the safest bet is to opt for an open source engine like Godot, so we can keep the budget on the low end. Regardless the engine of your choice, if you value your time as you should, you'd better use a professional IDE besides the game engine. Visual Studio Community Edition, for example, is completely free, and it can literally write code for you. Beyond a certain project complexity, a professional IDE is just a necessity, and since it costs nothing, there is no reason not to use it. While you could pour all your resources into acquiring top-quality individual assets, a consistent art style is way more important. And the best way to achieve a consistent art style that you like is if you create the art yourself. This used to be a monumental task, especially for someone who is unfamiliar with 3D modeling, but thanks to the advancement of generative AI, there are many free and effective tools to help you out. Assessing these tools deserves its own video. Leave a comment if you're interested. As of now, let's just say, as long as you produce your assets, it will cost nothing.
Yeah, the current plan is to be on mobile, both Android and iOS. We don't have any plans at the moment to do PC. Do you guys not have phones?
Yeah, you guys all have phones, right?
Now, when it comes to publishing your game, let's assume your target platforms are Steam or the Epic Games Store. Either way, the initial cost will be exactly $100. This fee can be recouped after your game generates $1,000 in revenue. But as an initial cost, you'll be separated from that $100. I'm not a marketing expert. Maybe this is the reason why my attempts at running paid ads on YouTube and Facebook yielded terrible conversion. Based on these results, I don't recommend these avenues. What worked for me was free guerrilla marketing, free social media posts and giveaways, Steam festivals, and word of mouth. Fortunately, none of these strategies will cost you a dime. So when we add it all up, we arrive at a grand total of $100, which is recoupable. Not too shabby, right? But that's not the whole story. The true cost depends on how you value your time. It took me 18 months to develop Alan 13. That's a significant amount of human resources invested, so how much it truly costs for you is ultimately up to your evaluation.